This lesson will show you how to solve problems involving fraction division. This is basically working through word problems using the concepts that we have covered in the past couple lessons. Let's look at the first problem. Mr. Pham has a quarter of a pan of lasagna left in the refrigerator. He wants to eat an equal amount for dinner for 3 nights. How much lasagna will he eat each night? You already know that this is going to be a division problem based on the title of the lesson. So think about what you want to divide by what. What will be your divisor? What will be your dividend? Then go ahead and solve the problem. When I started to solve this problem, I drew my 1 pan of lasagna that I started with, and then I highlighted in red the 1/4 that I have left. From there, I divided the quarter, or each quarter, into thirds. And so I have 3 that are highlighted, suggesting 3 nights. And then I have 1 per night. So that's 1 piece. And then there are 12 pieces in all, which is 1/12 of the lasagna. And then I can check my work by multiplying 3 and 1/12. And then when I simplify that, I see that 3 goes into 3 once, and 3 goes into 12 4 times. So then I have 1 times 1/4, or 1/4, and it gives us 1/4. So we have now checked our work. Try another problem. A pallet holding 5 identical crates weighs a quarter of a ton. How many tons does each crate weigh, and how many pounds is each crate? That should be crate, not rate. Sorry. Solve this problem on your own, and then I'll show you how I solve it. For the first part to solve this, I drew out my 1 ton that I'm starting with my quarter ton identified, and then I divided that by 5 because there are 5 crates inside this quarter ton, and I see that 1 crate is 1/20th of a ton. And then what I need to do is I need to convert it into pounds. And remember that there are 2,000 pounds in a ton. So then what I'm doing is I am looking for 1/20th times 2,000 pounds. And then I can simplify that. 20 goes into 20 once. 20 goes into 2,000 100 times. 1 times 100 is 100 pounds per crate. Try one more problem. Okay, this is a longer problem, so we're going to solve it piece by piece. A glass pitcher, is filled with water. 1/8 of the water is poured equally into 2 cups. First question, what fraction of the water is in each glass? The second question, if each glass has 3 ounces of water, how many ounces are in a full pitcher? And the last part, if a quarter of the remaining water is used to water a plant, how many cups of water are left in the pitcher? So we're going to be solving for fractions and then converting it into different units of measurement. Okay, so first, figure out what fraction of the water is in each glass. Okay, the first thing that I did is I have 1/8 of the water is being divided by 2 glasses, which gives us 1/16. And here I checked my work by doing 1/8 multiplied by the reciprocal, so I'm flipping division into multiplication, and 2 over 1, because remember 2 over 1 is the same as 2, into 1/2, and when I multiply across, I have 1/16. So I already know that 1/16 of the pitcher is in each glass. Now let's look at the second problem. If each glass has 3 ounces of water, how many ounces are in a full pitcher? Go ahead and solve this on your own. The way that I solved this is I said that each glass has 1/16 of the pitcher, and if there are 3 ounces in 1/16, I can look for 16/16 by multiplying 16 by 3, which gives me 48 ounces. Another way that you could solve this problem is saying one glass has 3 ounces, and a second glass has 3 ounces, which is 1/8 of the pitcher. So 6 ounces is the same as 1/8 of the pitcher. And then you can say 6 ounces times 8 is 48, because then you're multiplying it a slightly different way. Either way is correct. You might have another way that you solved it, but what we're looking for is those 48 ounces. Try this last part of the problem. If 1/4 of the remaining water is used to water a plant, how many cups of water are left in the pitcher? Remember, we already took out 1/8. Go ahead and try to solve it. The problem we're going to be solving is 3/4 of 42 ounces. And we're doing 3/4 because we're taking 1/4 out. And we have 42 ounces because, looking at part 2, we had 48 ounces in a full container, and we poured 6 ounces into the 2 glasses. You could also do 1/4 of 42 ounces and then subtract that out, but this is going to be a more direct way of doing it. See if this changes your solution. As I work through this, I go multiply 3/4 by 42, which gives me 126/4, which I simplified, dividing the top and the bottom by 2. So I have 63/2, which I simplify down to 31.5 ounces. Now I'm not done yet because I still need to change that into cups. So we need to think about how many ounces are in a cup. As we work through this, it is a little bit of a lengthy process. We have 31.5 ounces, which we know is the same as 31.5 times 1 ounce. Okay, so we're starting to break things down here, which is the same as 31.5 times 1/8 of a cup, because there are 8 ounces in a cup. And so 1/8 is the same as 1 ounce. And then we're using our properties to move around our multiplication problem a little bit. So we have 31 times 1/8 plus 1/2 times 1/8. And 31/8 gives us 31/8. 1/2 times 1/8 gives us 1/16. Okay, and we want that common denominator again, so we have 62/16 plus 1/16, which gives us 63/16. And then we can simplify, and it should be 3, not 31, and 15/16 of a cup. There you go. 3 and 15/16 of a cup are the same that's how much is left in the pitcher.